everyone, I'm Allison of Green Goddess Plants and Seeds, and welcome to another garden chat from my city garden in Saskatoon. Now, I do apologize in advance. There's some background noise going on. I think the neighbors got an air compressor going and they're cleaning the streets out front here, so there's a little bit of noise. So there's a few things going on in the patio here. You know, everything's looking good. Everything is looking very green and lush, and we'll just take a walk around. Alright, so everything's looking good. This is a pink Berkeley tie-dye tomato with flowers. And my petunias, my lovely blue petunias, are looking really well. This pot, I did eventually fill this. This started out with a zucchini in it, but the zucchini plant it didn't survive. So I've got a sweet Italian pepper in here called Super Shepherd. And it's like a elongated, slightly pointed, very sweet pepper that ripens from green to red. And I just picked these up from a local grocery store that had some plants, and they obviously already had peppers coming on them, so that's a bonus. This is the firework tomato. Now, unfortunately, I've noticed that the viral curly top on the tomatoes is back again this year. I was kind of hoping to avoid that, but apparently not. I've got about 10 tomato plants on the patio, and about 4 of them have the viral curly top. So I guess next year going forward, I'll have to figure out something else to plant in my pots. Like all of these pots last year, like all of them were tomatoes, so it was kind of devastating. But I'll have to come up with some ideas for next year. These are the chrysanthemum melons, and another tomato, and these are my zucchinis, my Italian zucchini, the costata romanesco, and they're just ginormous. So yeah, they've got flowers on them and they're looking very healthy and strong. I mean, that might be an option for next year. I could just put more zucchini or squash. I could also try maybe some more of the personal sized melons. Something else that I have grown in these pots before has been sugar pumpkins. I could do stuff like that, or another option that came to mind is maybe some non-vining cucumbers, like the pot cucumbers that don't need a lot of trellising. Those would probably work too. I have lots of time to come up with a plan for next year. So these are the silver slicer cucumbers. They are just jumping right up. They're ready to climb. They're looking really fantastic. I'm very happy with them so far. These are the Minnesota midget melons, and they are looking really good too. This is a sweet aperitif tomato. It's looking very fine. It's probably one of the ones that does not have the viral curly top, and I hope it stays that way. But all of my flower pots are starting to fill out. Everything's looking really good. That's a Sweet 100 and a Blue Beauty. All my pots are looking good. Basil, nasturtiums, asters. You know, there's actually I've got 2 pots with dahlias in them. There's one there, and there's another one over here. But everything is looking good. Everything's just thriving. It's been really good weather. We are actually heading into another sort of a hot streak. The next 4 or 5 days are supposed to be very, very warm. So I'll have to make sure everything gets watered properly. Okay, and let's take a look at the veg pod. Let's lift this up. So I just watered in here, so it's looking all good. The parsley is looking very lush, as is the kohlrabi. I'm very happy with the kohlrabi. The peppers are not doing too bad, and the beans are up. And the other variety of beans that I planted here never did come up, so maybe I'll stick some lettuce seeds in here and see what happens. That might be an option. So that's the veg pod. And then we'll just go over here. These big pots over here have more Minnesota midget melons, and they are just taking right off. I almost wish I had something for them to climb on. Like, they're looking really good. So So I'm happy with that. Happy. And then over here, I was so happy this morning when I came out with my tea to take out my usual tea on the patio. So this is one of my Russian Saskatchewan tomatoes. It's a dwarf tomato, and I have two here, and they are both setting fruit. So that's so exciting to see them setting fruit. Both of my plants have several that are coming on them. Of course, the Russian Saskatchewan is a dwarf, so that's why they're in the pots. And so far, they do not seem to have the viral curly top on them, probably because they're separated from the other plants. But this is one of my favorite tomatoes from last year, and it's just looking so good. So once again, I apologize for the background noise. There seems to be lots of power tools being used in the neighborhood. I guess that's probably one of the only drawbacks about being in the cities is the level of noise. So let's go into the greenhouse. The only thing I have left in here are a few peppers. And I might, because we're heading into some really hot weather, I might actually move these outside for the next few days. So they're flowering, they're looking good. I just watered in here, so that's why this one's looking a little peaky. There we go. Whoops. Might have to give him some support, that one. But this is my Sugar Rush Peach. And looks like there might be a small little pepper coming on there. There's some jalapeno in here. There's some early jalapeno, some Zapotec jalapeno. This is the Zapotec, it's flowering. This is the jigsaw. The jigsaw, there's some weeds in there. And then this is the Pippin's Golden Honey. So I think I might move those out to someplace on the patio or just even on the table there for the next few days, because it is going to be hot. And this is my very wild looking rose bush, desperately in need of some pruning, I think this year or next. And so that is my patio garden, and that's what's happening out here. So I do have some plants out front, some other tomato plants that are planted out front, and they are looking really good. They don't seem to be affected by that viral curly top. It just seems to be the ones on the patio here. So definitely next year I'll have to not plant any tomatoes out here, and that'll be hard because I love having my patio tomatoes. So anyway, I am going to be heading back out to the farm for the weekend, so I'll be doing another garden chat from the farm and showing you what's happening out there. I'm sure things have grown quite a bit. I know Glenn's trying to get everything watered. Like I said, we're heading into some hot weather, so we got to keep everything watered as best we can. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and until next time, you take care.